So, you're thinking about moving to the Lansing area and you've heard a lot about Grand Ledge, Michigan. Well, in this video, I'm going to take you on a map tour of the entire area of Grand Ledge, give you an idea where the schools are, where the hot spots are, and if you stick around until the end, I'm going to give you a tip of where you should potentially live if you want to get from one spot of Grand Ledge to the other spot of Grand Ledge Delta Township area within minutes and with having low traffic. So we're going to get this episode of Lansing, Michigan Life started right now. Hi everybody, Troy Seifert here with the Capital Area Real Estate Specialist in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. And we get phone calls from people all the time who are just like you watching this channel who are looking to buy or even sell in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. And if that is you and you are looking to potentially look to buy in the next 9 days, 90 days, 9 months, we would love to be able to help you out. Contact us at the information in the description below. Feel free to call us, text us, email us, or even schedule a Zoom call. I would love to be able to connect with you and just be able to find out what your real estate goals are. And if this is your first time viewing the channel, or if you've been viewing the channel and you're kind of thinking to yourself, I don't really know if I like this Troy guy or not, but now you're like, hey, it seems like I like the stuff that's out on, here on this channel, and you want to be immediately notified for any new episodes of Lansing, Michigan Life, please like, subscribe, feel free to comment, ask any questions. I will be happy to interact with you. Also ring the bell for any notifications so that I guess it would be me, or you can be immediately notified as soon as a new episode of Lansing, Michigan Life comes available, which is each and every week. So I want to address the elephant in the room because if you've been watching my channel, you've been seeing several of my videos, you know how I typically look. And if you look closely, you can kind of see right here, like I have this like black eye area. It looks like someone socked me. And honestly, that is not what happened. I did not get in a fight. I don't want you guys to sit here and think, man, Lansing area is dangerous because Troy got in a fight. So no, that is not the case. I actually, a week and a half ago, I was having an intense dream, and this is a true story, I promise you. I was having an intense dream. I was trying to escape from somebody. I was in bed. All of a sudden, I'm trying to escape, and I fall out of my bed, and my eyebrow, actually, that's what ended up getting affected. It kind of blends in here with my eyebrow, but like my eyebrow hit the edge of my nightstand and fall down on the ground. My wife is like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And in the middle of the night, I had to go to urgent care and get some glued stitches up here, but then the after effects has made this look like it's a black eye. And actually what you're seeing right now is actually not half bad. I had to take a little bit of a break because I think I had a little bit of a mild concussion. Just remember, so I had to kind of take it easy a little bit, but now, hey, now life goes on and I'm back making videos. So I, want to be able to share that with you because I'm sure some of you are going to be going, what happened to Troy, right here? And that's the true story. That's what really happened. So when you see me on Zoom and on the map video, you'll be able to see it even, further up close. So as I bring you up, again, I'll try to point it out to you so that you can have a closer look. So let's go ahead, get started here on the screen. Okay, everybody, so I have my map up right here of Grand Ledge area. You can see right here is that nice little shiner over here as well. So yeah, not a fun way to be able to fall out of bed and hit yourself. But anyway, back to the map here. So you can see here I have the map of more of the center to west side of Lansing. Right here, if you've been looking at some of my map videos, you see there's East Lansing. Here's Lansing right here, and then Grand Ledge is over on this space. The one thing I'll tell you, now that I'm panned out, is that for Grand Ledge, if you're gonna look to live in Grand Ledge area or like the western west part of Delta Township, which would be, around this area right here, you're going to be about a 5-minute drive from the interstates because there are some roads that, like you see this road up here outside of Grand Ledge, that goes right up to I-96. Like if you want to go to Grand Rapids or, take the interstate to go over to Flint or, anywhere else. And then another part of Grand Ledge, this is the main drag, which I'll zoom into later, but you take M43 here And this, you can take 69 South over to the bypass over here, or you can take 69 North and just go this way with it. So anywhere you go, if you're within this vicinity of Grand Ledge, it's going to be about a 5 to 10 minute drive with some interstate access. And then, the part here that you're going to also see is I'm, taking M43 here, and you're seeing a city called Mulliken. There are some homes in Mulliken area. It's a very, very, very small town, but there are some homes in Mulliken that also share in Grand Ledge schools. Part of the reason why I have this panned out is I want you to see where Grand Ledge is in regards to the Lansing area, and that it has an easy commute to the highway. The other reason why I have it panned out here is I haven't highlighted up here where I'm circling Waukusa Elementary School. Why did I circle that school? Well, it's because it's a part of the Grand Ledge school system. And so you're seeing how large the Grand Ledge school system truly is, because you could be going to school up here in this area. You could be living, in these areas right here. There are a lot of country properties over here. It's known in an area known as Eagle, like very close to a city known as Eagle, which again, like, is a very, very, very small town. You see Eagle right here, right? And so Waukusa Elementary, you could be in Grand Ledge schools and be that far out. And then when I zoom in and show you where all the schools are, like the middle school and high school, you'll kind of see like how far out you could potentially be depending on where you're at in Grand Ledge schools. So I wanted to point that stuff out to you guys so you could see the grand scope of things. Right here is the Capital Region International Airport. If you are somebody that needs to fly out a lot, that's probably going to be about a 15-minute drive for you, 15 to 20-minute drive. If you go over to East Lansing, which, let's say you're looking to live in Grand Ledge, the western part, and you're looking to work at MSU, okay, that's going to be a good strong 20-minute drive. And if you're there during rush hour, it could be a little bit longer, because what you'll end up doing if you're going to commute from Michigan State or from Grand Ledge to Michigan State University is you'll end up taking this road, and then you'll go a little bit south, and then this is the bypass right here, 496. And then you'll go this way, and boom, right there is East Lansing. So if traffic is good, you can get there in 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast you drive. But if there is traffic that's going to be there, especially on rush hours, it could take you a little bit longer. If there's construction there, which remember I talked about construction a lot, that's gonna take you a little bit longer. So, okay, now I'm gonna start zooming in a little bit more here, just in Grand Ledge, just so you can see just some of the hot spots, because again, I just want you to kind of see this part of town and what's entailed with it. So I'm gonna start to zoom in here. Right. So right here, you are seeing the Grand Ledge downtown area. I will get to that in a second. But if you looked at one of my previous videos, you'll see right over here, I'm highlighting the Lansing Mall. Okay, that's over in Delta Township, right? That's going to be about a 10 to 15, or probably more like a 10-minute drive, depending on how you hit traffic lights. This stretch right here is where everything is at. So Horrocks is over here. All the restaurants are over here. And then right over in this section, you will see this is the new Marketplace Commons area. There's Cracker Barrel and Walmart, and all of that is over here as well. So being in Grand Ledge, like if you're going to be towards city of Grand Ledge, area, you could have everything at your disposal within, easily within 10 minutes. It just depends on how you hit traffic lights, because M43, the main drag right here, there's some spots that have a lot of traffic lights. And then when you start getting over to, when you get past Broadbent, there's a stretch where there's a traffic light right here at Nixon. If you get stopped there, then you have this nice long stretch for about a couple miles where there are no traffic lights, and you're going about 55 miles an hour. I had a previous video that featured everything that was on this area over here, so I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm showing you where it is in relation to that, because Delta Township and Grand Ledge border each other. All right, so let's go in one more time here. Okay, so again, like I told you, you see Walmart there, you see Olive Garden, and then you keep going on, M43 right here. Wherever you see on this map tour, wherever you see this or this, these are neighborhoods, okay? You're seeing neighborhoods here, neighborhoods here. So whenever you're looking on the map tour and you see
that different color, that's just giving you an idea of where all the neighborhoods are at. So I'm gonna zoom in one more time here, just so you can see what's on the main drag. So you're driving on the main drag here, and here's Nixon Road. Once you get west of Nixon Road, just as a heads up, then you start getting into Grand Ledge City area. You get into a different taxing township. Okay, so this is a 55-mile-an-hour road. Now, as you start driving on this road, you'll find a place right here called Funtime Adventure Park. Funtime Adventure Park is one of the only miniature golf places in the Grand Ledge area. They also have a go-kart area and an arcade. And there's also batting cages. So it's a nice little entertainment center, typically open during the spring and summertime, but our family loves going to that area during the nice months of spring and summer. So you keep going and you get a couple car dealerships. Sundance Chevrolet's right here. Why do I highlight Sundance? Well, this is where I've gotten some of my used cars at decent deals. It's a big car dealership, not just in Grand Ledge area, but also just all around Greater Lansing. They have a lot of ads. They have Sundance people own a lot of stables, horse stables, but they do have their own car dealership. I've had good experiences there. Obviously, check out the reviews on Sundance Chevrolet, because it's going to be, mixed depending on what type of vehicle they got. But Sundance Chevrolet, I've had great experiences whenever I bought a car from there. And then if you keep on going down this main drag, you'll see another locally owned place, Sophia's House of Pancakes. What's Sophia's House of Pancakes? Well, it's owned by a Greek family, and it's one of those breakfast places that, I don't know if you live in an area that's like this, but 2 eggs equals 4 eggs. So huge portions, and they have like a feta omelet that I absolutely love. So they have more Greek inspired food that's there. It's especially busy on the weekends for breakfast, but I love going there. And then when you go on this main strip over here, you'll see a lot of fast food stuff. You'll see Subway, you'll see Taco Bell, Dairy Queen, which opened in the last 4 years. I was so excited about that because there are not a lot of Dairy Queens in the area, but that one is there, and I was so happy about that. So if you're a Dairy Queen fan, that's where you're gonna go for Dairy Queen. And then you keep going down this drag at McDonald's. Now, the cool thing about this A&W restaurant, I know it's typically a fast food place, but it's one of the only sit-down restaurants that is an A&W. So that's kind of a cool little feature there. You have a Little Caesars restaurant, you have a Pizza Hut, and then you have Meijer, which you've heard me talk about Meijer. It's a grocery store and a Walmart. Basically a Walmart super center, but a more localized Walmart super center in our area. So, just again, this is what you're going to find in Grand Ledge. What they're counting on you doing in Grand Ledge area is they want you to be able to go over to Delta Township that way, to be able to just kind of check out everything that's over there. That's where a lot of the restaurants are, a lot of the shopping, a lot of the entertainment. But you kind of saw along this stretch over here, not bad stuff, right? And then when you take this main road, okay, like right over here, this is where I was at, then you turn north, and you go on East Jefferson Street, and this is going to take you into the downtown area of Grand Ledge. Now again, I will kind of talk about some of my other videos so you can take a look at it more in depth if this is your first time seeing my channel, but I do have a neighborhood tour of this area that I have done, just kind of showing you what the downtown looks like. So the one cool thing about the downtown, and I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here, there's gonna be older homes with character along the Jefferson Street area. That's a really cool feature. You'll also see right here a river runs through this area. So the Grand River runs through this, just runs all the way into Lansing. Okay, so Grand River can just keep going and going and going and going. So it does run into Grand Ledge, and so that's one of the unique features of Grand Ledge downtown, is that a river really runs through the downtown. So it's a beautiful downtown to be able to walk. It's more of a historic downtown as well. So if I start going over to the downtown area, you'll notice, here we go, Jefferson Street, and I'm gonna highlight, just a few things that I highlighted in the last one, but here is Bridge Street. This is where the historic downtown is. And then you take North Clinton Street, you take that up to the highway. Okay, so it's this stretch right here. And you'll notice right here is JC Park. That's the park close to the downtown that has its own little splash pad. It has some nice pavilions that you can sit and eat at, a nice playground. And then, and that's walkable to the downtown area. And then, you have the downtown here. So right here around this area is Flower Child Bakery. Then you got the movie theater. I'm gonna see if I can, if I zoom in, maybe it'll show up for you. We'll see. It kind of does. Okay, there we go. So right here, you'll see Flower Child Bakery. You will see, and again, that's a great bakery with seating room and bagels. And you'll see Cugino's, a popular Italian restaurant. There's a random person right there, and there's some photos so you can take a look at if you want, but I'm not going to bore you with all that. And then there's other just odds and ends shops. There's a place called Pam's Pantry that has some nice dips that you can make, and it's great for holidays, like if you're somebody who likes to entertain. They also just recently opened a board game store that has a lot of tabletop games. That's in the Grand Ledge downtown area. They do have the Grand Ledge Opera House. You'll see that highlighted over here. Grand Ledge Opera House is just a historic place that people will have a lot of events at it. But the beauty of the downtown Grand Ledge, again, like I said before, is the river. And a lot of people will, there's a nice little trail that takes you to the Island Park, which there's a lot of people that do weddings over in this area. They take a lot of fall photos. You'll see right there is a nice little fall photo for Island Park. Obviously that fall is the time that people take a lot of photos in that area. But that trail, the one thing I'll tell you about these parks that are here is that they all kind of feed off of one main park. So you see right here, you'll see this small line as I'm if you see my mouse cursor, as you go along the river, that's like a trail that's going to take, but basically with this trail, it leads into, we weren't supposed to do that. It starts at Fitzgerald Park, and Fitzgerald Park is located right here. And what a lot of people do, especially in a nice summer night, they'll go to Fitzgerald Park, they'll maybe play at the playground, and they will take the trail right here, and they'll just take this nice little walk into the downtown. Because if you continue following this is going to lead you right into the downtown. And that's where you see Oak Park and you see the Island Park. A lot of these parks run into each other and oh yeah, there's a park here. Really, it starts with Fitzgerald Park. And the beauty of the trail is you have huge rock ledges on one side and on the other side. It's just a nice nature walk, especially for outdoor enthusiasts. There's people who kayak on the Grand River. And the thing that's cool is you can walk right into the downtown, and then after you're tired, you can get something to eat at Lickety Split, one of the soft serve ice cream places. Or there's another place called Corner Cone, which is right downtown. And I like that place better because there's a little more variety. There's hand-dipped ice cream there. So a lot of people just make a night of it. And I think I said to you before, with downtown, you can make a night of it too and eat at Cugino's and then go to the Sun Theater for a movie. I mean, it's a nice, quaint, convenient downtown. I think Grand Ledge has one of the absolute best downtowns in the entire area. Very historic, very eclectic. And so, there's plenty of neighborhoods that are within 5 minutes, of there. I'm not saying live, right there in the downtown. And maybe for some of you, you would love to live in a historic downtown. And kudos to you. That's great. A lot of the homes in that area would probably go for around, depending on how large, around 200 to 250,000. If it's one of the older character homes, they are going for the high 200s right now if they're completely remodeled. So, maybe 300, low 300s for that right now in 2024. But, again, you'll just see it's just more of a scenic area. And with a map, you can't really necessarily see that, but you can see where the trail is, and that can lead right into the downtown. So you're hearing me say, all of that as well. The other thing I want to kind of point out to you as you're taking a look at the Grand Ledge area here are, hey, where are the different job places within here? Where would auto owners be? Maybe you're moving to the area and you're wanting to go to, work at GM. Maybe Maybe you're coming here to work because you saw there was a great opening at the Amazon warehouse or Michigan Farm Bureau. So I want to show you, because there are a lot of just really big corporations that are within this area, and I want to kind of show you where the vicinity of these are in case you're maybe looking to move here and you want to know, hey, how close would I be to where I'm supposed to be working from? So first things first. So right here, if you were to work at GM, you kind of saw me go a little bit south, right? So I'm towards the south end of Grand Ledge. So right here is the GM Delta assembly plant. You see it's really, really super close to the highway here, I-69. And then you go over on, go a little bit further east here, and what you will find is a couple other popular places to be able to work at. One of them is the Meyer Distribution Center. Okay, Meyer is everywhere in our area, but you have Meyer Distribution Centers. The other thing that you will find around here, I'm surprised it's not here, but right around this area is the new Amazon warehouse. So Amazon warehouse is right here. The thing that's kind of cool is you can get your packages within a day sometimes, because it is so close. So Amazon warehouse, that area. If you're looking, if you came here and you took a position at auto owners, for instance, okay? So auto owners is going to be, so here, let me see if I go in a little bit more, if I'm going to be able to find where auto owners is, because it should be around here somewhere. Come on, auto owners. So the one thing I'll say about auto owners, I mean, here's one of them, but so auto owners has a lot of different buildings. So there is one right here. I do know for a fact that there is one, like you see this here, I'll kind of highlight it here a little bit, but if you're part of auto owners, you'll see here's South Campus Boulevard, like right here. Oh, okay, sorry. No, right around here. So I was right. Auto Owners Insurance is right around here. So again, another building. So you're going to be on that end of town as well. So and I'm sorry if that took a little long. Everybody, thanks for your patience with that. I just wanted to give you an idea, because I kind of showed you, hey, this is where Michigan State would be. This is where downtown would be with the highways. But I kind of want to show you vicinity wise, if you're looking in Grand Ledge, this is where some of the major corporations would be. So let me zoom out. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to kind of show you on this map tour of Grand Ledge area that I want to feature is I kind of said to you, hey, stick around until the end, right? Because I want to show you, if I were to live in Grand Ledge, where is it that I would want, like, where do I feel would be the perfect location to be able to be if I wanted to go from one end of Grand Ledge to the next in the fastest amount of time? So I'm showing you a pretty cool tip here, just so that you can see, like, if you want to go on a road that's not going to be so crazy with traffic, have lots of traffic lights, with it, this is the road I would recommend. So if you see, right around this area is the downtown Grand Ledge area, right? So this is where downtown Grand Ledge is. Okay, so next what I want to be able to do here just with the map is I want to be able to show you where the schools are, because I think I showed you up north there was Wacusta, right? And you saw that. But I want to show you where some of the other schools are, especially if you're looking into location is a big thing in an area. You kind of want to have an idea, okay, like where would the elementary school be and all of that. So, okay, so I want to kind of give you an idea of where the schools would be. I showed you where Wacusta is, but if you're looking to have an idea of like where some of the school systems would be, I just want to kind of give you an idea of that. So you saw Wacusta was further to the north. This right here is one of the schools, Willow Ridge Elementary School, okay? And Willow Ridge Elementary School is kindergarten through 4th grade. So if you are going to live in the northern part of Delta Township or over, or off of Willow Highway here, this is where you would more than likely end up going. Another elementary school that is over here would be, where are you? Delta Center Elementary School. Delta Center Elementary School is going to be a little bit more on the south side of Delta Township, below Saginaw Highway, that main stretch, that main drag over there. So Delta Center Elementary School is there on the south side. So you definitely have different elementary schools throughout. Now let me head over to where the other ones are. Now the other ones are closer to the city of Grand Ledge, so over closer to the downtown. So anybody who's going to be living very, very far to the west of downtown will end up going to this elementary school, and that one's called Holbrook. So here it is, Holbrook Elementary School right over here. I knew it was close to the downtown. For some reason, it just wasn't showing up when I was trying to look for it. So Holbrook Elementary School, closer to the city, Lansing. So, if you live in the city center of Grand Ledge, or you live, further to the west, closer to Mulliken, you'll end up going to Holbrook School. Now, the thing I want you to think through is, like, you have these kindergarten through fourth grade buildings, right? So you know where each of them are. One's way north. One of them's closer to, two of them. Well, actually, one of them is closer to where, like, Horrocks would be. Another one is closer to, like, where Horrocks would be is, like, the main drag, where all the restaurants are. Then another one is a little further west and toward the north part, right? And then you got one that's close to the downtown. But you're going to have about a 5-year period where you're going to be having your kid going to these elementary schools. So what I want you to pay attention to with the schools are, okay, where does my 5th and 6th grader go? So 5th and 6th grader goes to Leon Hayes Intermediate School. And that is the 5th and 6th grade building. And so think to yourself, okay, hey, if I went to Willow Ridge, then that's where my kids are going to go for intermediate. So it's really close to where I'm at. But if I went to Holbrook, or if I went to Delta Center or even Waukusta, like, that's a little further out. That could be a good 10 to 15 minute drive. But here's the thing. Then you go over to the middle school, Beagle Middle School, and the high school. They're close to Holbrook. So you're going to have a nice little 6-year period where that's where you're going to have to travel to. So as you're starting to figure out, hey, where am I going to live? Where am I going to go? And where's my elementary school? And you're trying to figure all that out. Keep in mind, high school, middle school, closer to downtown. So the closer you live to that, the more centralized you'll be, right? If you are going to be over to Delta, like the Delta Center Elementary School, Waukusta, like, you're going to maybe have a little bit of a hike. You could have a 10 to 15 minute drive to school every single day. So just wanted you to be aware. Also, one important point that I want to make up before I get out of schools and, move on to my last thing. The one thing I want you to be aware of is that with school of choice, remember, Michigan is a school of choice state. Okay. So what they will always do is they will give you a list where there are openings. Let's say you are somebody that isn't in the Grand Ledge Schools area, but you would like your kid to go to Grand Ledge Schools. Keep in mind that they will use all of these elementary schools for school of choice. So there could be more openings in Waukusta than Holbrook or in Delta Center. And so they'll give you a list of those things, and they might assign you to a school that might be further out. I know some people that were trying to get into Grand Ledge Schools, and what ended up happening was they lived close to, like, where Delta Center was, and they were like, well, hopefully I'll be in Delta Center. Well, there were no openings at Delta Center. So they ended up having to do school of choice to Waukusta. And remember, when you do school of choice, there's no bus system that goes to your house. So you have to personally transport your kid each and every time. So be aware of that as you're starting to look into schools and where you're going to be, and school of choice as well, that because these schools are spread out, you don't know what school you can maybe be assigned to. So keep that in mind. That's one important tip for you to remember here. Again, as you're seeing this helpful map tour and seeing how spread out these schools are, that's going to be something important for you to know. Okay, so my last thing, I think I told you, stay tuned until the end for this very last important thing. So if I were to live in Grand Ledge, where is it that I would want to live to be able to get from one part of Grand Ledge over to, like, maybe Delta Township, or where the locate, or to easily be able to get from one area to the next? Because it can be a good 6, 7, 8 mile stretch, and that can take a good 15 to 20 minutes depending on how you hit traffic lights and what traffic is like, right? So if I were to live in Grand Ledge, I would try to aim to be along Willow Highway. And you can kind of see there's a neighborhood here, neighborhood that's over here with some nicer homes. I would live on Willow Highway. The reason I say that is because there are no traffic lights on Willow Highway. And so you wouldn't have to worry about the traffic over there, and it's just easier for you to get from one spot to the next. So again, any neighborhood along Willow Highway over there, I feel is a prime location, because you can get to things super quick from one end of Grand Ledge to the other, over to Delta Township. The one thing when you're that far north is it might be a little bit further away from, you have to get onto, highway access. So, again, it kind of depends on like what your route's going to be. But I think it's a great location and a great place to try to aim for if you're looking to the west side of town, just along Willow Highway there, the north end. That's just north of the main drag there in Delta Township, Grand Ledge. Okay, so thanks again for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And I will give you a reminder again to please call me, and any of the information below in the description below. You can text me, you can email me, also schedule a Zoom call as well. I would love to be able to talk with you and just find out your real estate goals and needs. Also, if you could, and you like what you see, like, subscribe, ring the bell for any notifications, or comment if you have any questions on anything you're seeing. I would greatly appreciate that. Again, I'm coming out with videos each and every week, so I hope that you will take advantage of being able to see anything that you see with the any news, or any info that you see with the Greater Lansing area. I hope to be that resource for you. Well, everybody, thanks again for joining in. I really appreciate it. And until next time, make it a great day.